Hi, it's Marieta. Thank you so much for tuning in. In today's video, I'm going to talk about E2 visa marginality. In other words, what to do if you are obviously applying for your E2 visa and how to avoid the marginality. And in other words, how to make sure that your business is profitable and how to make sure that your E2 visa will be approved. So let's make this happen. Alright, cool. So guys, let's make it happen. How to avoid the marginality. And by the way, let me just explain what does it even mean that your business must not be marginal, so you guys know where I'm coming from. Now, if you are planning to apply for E2 visa, you probably know the main requirements. And if you don't know the requirements, make sure to check my other videos where I'm actually mentioning the requirements for E2 visa, right? And one of the requirements is that the business must not be marginal. So what does it actually mean that the business must not be marginal? Well, it means that your business, you need to show by the evidence that is able to generate more than minimum living expenses of yourself and your family if you are bringing family members with you. So let's be very specific. Let me give you an example. Let's suppose you are going to do a digital agency and you are intending to move to, for example, to San Francisco area. And you calculate that your living expenses will be with your family will be somewhere between 5,000 to 10,000 per month. Well, your business should generate more than 5,000 per month in order to be considered not marginal, right? And if you are not able to show by the evidence, by the way, not just the business plan, not just the future projections, by the actual evidence that your business is not marginal, then your application most likely will be denied. So the question is, well, there are actually two things to think about and take into consideration. First of all, how can you make sure that the business is not marginal? Well, you need to generate money. Obviously, you need to generate profit, right? And that being said, you need to have a marketing and sales strategy in place. And if you don't have marketing and sales strategy in place, you're not going to generate income, profit, in other words. So this is pretty simple, but this is actually the most challenging part of the E2 visa application, if you ask me. And as you know my story, I'm not just immigration lawyer, I'm actually entrepreneur, business owner, and I've been through the scaling of business process myself. So I can tell you right away that it's not fun all the time. You know, sometimes you are literally experiencing these up and downs, as we all do since we are entrepreneurs and business owners. So in order to avoid the marginality, you have to really have a solid plan. You need to have a solid roadmap. You need to have a solid strategy in place to avoid the marginality. So now this video is not going to be about the marketing and sales strategies. However, if you like to learn my personal tips and tricks, how I actually grew my business to multiple six figures, I do welcome you to my upcoming webinar, and I do want to invite you to the upcoming webinar, and I'm going to share the link below this video. So you can click and register and then watch the webinar and learn tips and tricks that I use myself in my business, how I actually generated sales, etc. And how I grew my business to multiple six figures. Now, if you're just starting out, you're completely lost, well, then I can tell you right away, before you even start thinking about this E2 visa application, I would certainly first validate your business idea. You need to validate the business idea first, right? And then you have to actually get the first clients, 2 or 3 clients in to see that, okay, that's the actual validation if you have people who sign up for your product or your service. So that is the marginality requirements, guys, and be careful because there are many of you guys who actually think that, oh, I'm just gonna incorporate LLC and I'm just gonna wire some funds, and I'm just gonna like loan the money, and I'm just gonna loan it, and then I'm gonna wire it to United States, and then I'm just gonna get the E2 visa. And that's not gonna happen. Sorry, ain't happening, because it doesn't work like that. You actually need to have a real business, and you need to be engaged with the business, even though be careful, because you cannot work under E2 visa. So there are things that you need to do in order to make it happen, and these are actually things I do for my clients if you work with me, because there is a certain strategy in place that I implement all the time, and you need to understand that you cannot work under B1 visa. So don't do that mistake that you actually go to the United States, start a business, operate a business under E2 visa, because that might actually impact your business in the future. And actually your E2 visa application might be denied for that thing, for that fact that you actually operated under different status. So I hope it makes sense what I'm sharing with you today. And if you want to dig deeper, definitely join the webinar. I am going to post the link below this video, and also stay tuned for the next video where I'm actually going to cover whether you need to hire people before you apply for your E2 visa. So it'll be more like a solution for people who are already running a business and expanding, and you are ready to rock and roll and expand and scale. So stay tuned for that video. Otherwise, if you like this video, please like it and share it. You know, these videos are free. I'm creating constantly I'm creating new content for you guys, and I need to know if you guys like it or you don't like it, you know. And your feedback is really, really important. So if you like it, please like it. Leave a comment if you have any comments. And I also want to learn from you what kind of business you are working on. Like, what is your business idea? So share your business idea below this video. Leave a comment so I can get to know you a little bit more, and we can take it from there. Otherwise, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Have a great day.